As the Democratic tidal wave is about to pour in, the person at the head of that tidal wave, Barack Obama, is still in the middle of a cave-in to the Republicans. How much sense does that make? No sense at all. But we've been telling you about it over the last couple of days. He claims that he's going to vote with the Republicans on the latest FISA bill to give telecom immunity, to give immunity to the Bush administration and telecommunication companies that broke the law. Plus, on top of that, authorize warrantless searches of your phone records and your actual phone conversations, emails, text messages, etc. He's going to authorize all of this along with the Republicans. Doesn't make any sense. I want to share a couple of different things with you in that regard. Number one, I want to go back to what Barack Obama said about this. Okay, and we have an audio of Obama talking about this before he flip-flopped.
The also puts forward a false choice between the liberties we cherish and the security we provide. I will provide our intelligence and law enforcement agencies with the tools they need to track and take out the terrorists without undermining our Constitution and our freedom. That means no more illegal wiretapping of American citizens. No more national security letters to spy on citizens who are not suspected of a crime. No more tracking citizens who do nothing more than protest a misguided war. No more ignoring the law when it is inconvenient. That is not who we are. It's not what is necessary to defeat the terrorists. The FISA court works. The separation of powers works. Our Constitution works. We will again set an example for the world that the law is not subject to the whims of stubborn rulers and that justice is not arbitrary. This administration acts like violating civil liberties is the way to enhance our security. It is not. There are no shortcuts to protecting America. And that is why the fifth part of my strategy is doing the hard and patient work to secure a more resilient homeland.
Congratulations, man. Perfect speech. Nicely done. Part of the reason why we supported you through the primaries. It says it exactly right. Look, no more ignoring the law when it is inconvenient. This is not who we are. The FISA court works. The separation of powers works. The Constitution works. I mean, he nailed it. And then here comes the general election, and he just flat out flip-flopped on it. Now, all that stuff he just said, flushed down the toilet. Do I have a toilet flusher? Let me try this one. That is disturbing sound, but not nearly as disturbing as Barack Obama's actual position. Now his position is, yeah, but, you know, I got a general election coming up, and I have to pretend to be moderate and centrist, and being moderate and centrist isn't actually being moderate or centrist. It's actually going along with Republicans and with George Bush. How that makes sense to him, I don't know. What happened to the smart guy who was running in the primaries? But you say, well, look, at least he's a smart politician. Maybe he knows something we don't, right? Which is what I said earlier, actually. But I now believe the politics of this, as I originally suspected, is disastrous. And why is that? Because you're opening yourself up to the classic Republican attacks. You're a flip-flopper. You're weak. Not weak on national security, but you're weak because you don't even know what your own principles are. And you are going along with us, so you have no right to criticize us. And just as I was thinking these things, guess who comes out and says them? Sam Brownback, senator from Kansas, now retired, and he ran for president briefly, and now he's a surrogate for John McCain. And he's on a conference call, and he's taunting Obama. He's like, oh, you flip-flopper. And what are you going to do next? You going to flip-flop on Iraq? What? You think I'm kidding? You're going to hear it for yourself. Here he is.
And I'm really surprised about this move by Barack Obama. It does seem to reflect a willingness that as the campaign changes from a primary to a general, willingness to change on positions, to being more liberal in the primary, to moving more conservative in the general election. I guess I should welcome that, but it looks like to me either inexperience or an incredible flip-flopping. We're seeing this taking place on campaign finance recently. now on the FISA bill that's on the floor of the United States Senate, saying he said previously he would filibuster it, and now he's open to the compromise. I want to put a marker out there that I think the next thing to move that you may watch and see Senator Obama move on is going to be on Iraq.
Did you understand what Brownback just did there? He just took the Obama's flip-flop on FISA, and he just smeared it in his face. He's like, oh, what happened now? Now you agree with us, huh, bitch? Huh? What happened now? Okay, yeah. Oh, you're so weak. You're such a flip-flopper. All we had to do is scare you a little bit, and next thing you know, we're right and you're wrong, right? Huh? Huh? Why did you open yourself up for that? I mean, it's a classic mistake. It's a mistake the Democrats have been doing for 20 years now. You think you're going to make the issue go away by agreeing with them? No, you're going to make it 10 times worse. Then you have no grounds to attack them. You can't play any offense. And then they have grounds to attack you for your original position, and then your flip-flop, and for being so weak. So you have to play defense on 3 different fronts. And you do look weak. And you do look like a flip-flopper. And because in this instance, you were a flip-flopper. It's a terrible idea, man.